Broadcasting Company takes pleasure in presenting a special program. Welcome to the studios of WNBT in Radio City. Tonight we're celebrating a very special occasion, our 10th anniversary of public service. Yes, 10 years ago today, we sent you our first television program on regularly scheduled program series. And it all began here, friends. This is Ben Grauer welcoming you to the doors of Studio 3H in Radio City. And tonight, behind these studio doors are some of the bright stars of television who are ready to greet you. But I'd like to, before we go through these doors, take you back a few years, exactly 10 years, and try to explain what we're commemorating. Just 10 years ago today, television friends, the first regularly scheduled programs of NBC television were presented to television viewers. I almost said radio listeners, but this was the new art of television debuting 10 years ago today. That's going to be an important date in your children's history books, because then our television cameras were opened at the World's Fair in Flushing Meadows. Right now you're seeing pictures of that scene as it was seen 10 years ago, the Trilon and the Perisphere, familiar to every visitor to New York in those pre-war days. There's a portion of the Railroads on Parade exhibit, and then we go to the Trilon and Perisphere again, which dominated the World Fair grounds of those days, and the broad view of the Avenue of the Nations. Some of the hundreds of people who streamed in those opening days, and those lucky few who sat by their television viewers to see this first dawning of NBC television and the new art of home entertainment and information. We didn't realize then, perhaps, what an important part of the entertainment and information scheme would be television. There goes one of those little go-buggies familiar at the television scene to those people at the World's Fair who couldn't get one, had to walk and have World's Fair feet, as this poor lad seemed to have. Another one of the exhibits at the World's Fair, radio equipment installed in a seagoing yacht. This was a very important occasion when RCA NBC television presented its first regularly scheduled program. It wasn't seen by a vast number of people, in fact a very, very small number. Our station's call letters were W2XBS, X for experimental. And the signals emanated from that tower of the Empire State Building, which you see being dedicated in these films, NBC's first television transmitter, way up above the 102nd floor level of the Empire State Building, the highest point then and now in the New York City landscape. Over there were where the studios were situated in Radio City, the broad flank of the RCA building, with the camera's eye moving down to the 49th Street entrance where the stars entered to the television studios. Also, those few people who saw those first programs. There weren't many of them. They just sat in a little invitation room where they were invited to view the first attempts of NBC television, and here is the first program. Plenty of nostalgia attached to that. W2XBS master program, just about 1 or 2 pages thick. Just take a look at it. Opening of New York World's Fair, court of peace, camera on stand 60 feet from speaker's rostrum. Speeches by Grover Whalen and President Roosevelt. Well, those were very exciting and thrilling days for us, and you must forgive us if we are a little sentimental. Incidentally, those pictures that you saw there from the World's Fair were brought to televiewers by a mobile unit. And now we have many of those, and we use that technique constantly. But for the rest of the day's programs then and now, by that I mean programs that come from the studios, we go again to this, which is now one of the several NBC television stations in Radio City, studios, I should say, Studio 3. You know, you might say through these portals past the finest television...
May I help you, Mr. Grauer? You
oh, sure. Just a moment. Are you Page Boy and Judy here?
Oh, yes.
I think I detect behind that Page Boy's regalia a very familiar face. Aren't you, Earl Wrightson?
Well, as a matter of fact, I am, Ben. And
what's the idea of the...
well, I'm going back 10 years, too. You know, I was a Page Boy here back in 1939. That's 10 years ago, isn't it?
That's right.
Matter of fact, I did some shows right from this very studio. And, incidentally, you were showing some World's Fair things, you know. I was out there doing about 10 shows a day for television with Bert Tillstrom, you know, the Ku Klux Klan and Ollie and everything.
I was working on a little thing called radio then.
Yeah.
But I had a little start in television because about 2 weeks after that we went out there for the visit of the King and Queen of England on television. And you did some singing as a Page Boy.
Yes, we did some, well, Page and Guide shows we did on television here. They were some of the first shows we did, Ben.
Well, Mr. W., things have been going all right in the vocal scene for you,
I must say the past 10 years have been very good to me. I'll tell you that one of the really the nicest things that have happened to me the past 10 years, though. Just last October, I was signed to co-star with this.
What? Kyle McDonald.
You bet.
Hello, Ben.
Hello.
Earl, I'm surprised you ever got out of uniform.
Now in this take-for-granted world, love was so commonplace. But now I see an enchanted world in your face, in your embrace. For heaven's sake, let's fall in love. It's no mistake to call it love. An angel's holding hands with me. How heavenly heaven can be. Here is romance for us to try. Here is a chance we can't deny. Since heaven's what we're dreaming of, for heaven's sake, let's fall in love. Don't say a word, my darling. Don't break a spell like this. Just hold me tight. We're alone in the night, and heaven is here in a kiss. This pair of eyes can see a star. So paradise can't be so far. Since heaven's what we're dreaming of, for heaven's sake, let's fall in love.
What do you mean you're surprised I never got out of uniform?
Well, no.
Just for that, I came in on your bad side.
Oh, dear, yes. Well, let's not ad-lib tonight. Earl, do you have a song?
I did come prepared,
You're
yes.
prepared?
I came with the little thing that Noah and Paris and I dreamed up. Would
All
you like
right.
to hear it?
I don't
Please
think I'll
say
leave.
yes.
Yes, I will.
Please say you have to leave. I need room for this sort of song. There's a great day coming mañana with a wonderful, wonderful dream. On that great come and get it day, won't it be fun when worry is done and money is hay? That's the time things will come your way. On that great, great come and get it day, I'll get my gal that calico gown. I'll get my mule that acre of ground. 'Cause word has come from Gabriel's horn, the earth beneath your plow is a button and now it's yours. Glory time's coming for to stay on that great, great come and get it day. Glory time's coming for to stay on that great, great come and get it and keep it and share it. Come and get it day. Loud too, huh?
Yes, very
I'm
loud.
going to move into this picture, too, if I may, Kyle.
Oh, wonderful, Ben.
I mean, you and Earl are together,
Yes.
as you were on my Americana program about 2 weeks
How
ago.
about
wasn't
that?
it?
We're pretty smart.
Americana?
Big brains.
Sure.
Answered a lot of
Americana,
questions.
Sponsored by Firestone on Monday nights, and we celebrated our anniversary.
Yes.
We had our young high school and college students with some slightly grown-ups like yourself.
You know, there have been a lot of anniversaries lately, haven't there?
Yeah, sure. 10th and so on. And I'd like to ask you a question, since I was in that question-asking mood.
Oh, really?
role.
Good. Another question? for
I'd
us?
like you to sing a song about, it's tough.
Tough.
Very, it's like a question like, what color was Napoleon's white horse?
Yes.
Or when was the War of 1812? Alphabet song.
Alphabet.
Sing about the
gee,
alphabet, you see?
It's all right, but could
Yeah.
you sort of give us a
Hint how it
clue?
starts.
I mean,
You know?
Alphabet?
Yes.
yeah.
Well, you got 26 to 1 chance. Why
Yeah.
Let's see, I'll start.
That's it. Thank you very much.
Does it?
You're adorable. B, you're so beautiful. C, you're a cutie full of charms. D, you're delightful. And E, you're exciting. And F, you're a feather in my arms.
G, you look good to me. H, you're so heavenly. I, you're the one I idolized. J is for Jack and Jill. K, you're so kissable. Love is the
Love light in your eyes. I'm lost.
Mr. Twain, we're lost again.
Norman Paris boys, hold
Lost
a minute. What's
again.
the trouble?
Well, we got
J,
as far as...
Got as far as L. I
Well, the
can't
next
think
letter.
what comes
Well,
after
could
L.
you sort of give us a little hint? That's it. M-N-O-P. I could go on all day. Q-R-S-T. Alphabetically speaking, you're okay. You made my life complete.
V, you're so very sweet.
W-X-Y-Z. It's one to wander through the alphabet with you to tell you what you mean to me in perfect English, to tell you what you mean to me. It's pretty confusing, you know. Well, we scored about 50% on that,
I think all 10 years are happy about Kyle and Earl.
So, you know, something, Ben, though, we've been going on great length about Kyle and Earl here.
Yes,
And
let's
you mind
talk
if we
about
get
Ben.
a little personal about you and television? How
Oh,
about Grauer and
Well,
this
I've
medium?
been with NBC a past of years, and I
Yes,
think
I know.
right from the beginning I've been doing. In fact, me in television is sort of a convention baby. You know, it's a funny
Convention
thing.
baby?
Yes, most people sort of think that
little
television,
tyke,
the
isn't it?
first television was done in the political convention of 1948, just about 10 months
Yeah.
ago, but that's not true. They were doing television 10 years ago. Right now, you're looking at a television picture of the convention of, we did it in 1940. This is the convention of 1944 in Chicago, with enormous crowds waving their banners. There's just been a demonstration. You see the crowded convention floor. These pictures were taken by newsreel cameras and shot to New York, where they were put on the television cameras and shown to viewers in the New York area. That's before we had our coaxial cables linking the East and the West. That was the demonstration when Dewey's name was placed in nomination in 1944 in that sweltering hot Chicago stadium that I was a member of the NBC crew when we were there, as in 40. And here we see back in the NBC studios where both radio and television were carrying on, bringing those reports over the master scoreboard with the teletype machines ticking out the latest results from the tabulators, adding up the figures. Part of the television scene, which viewers seated in their homes were brought by the expanding methods of this new video art. These are actually pictures of the 1944 coverage in, well, there's myself, yours truly. This is, guess, must be 48 with Sid Olson of Life. I guess there's Grauer talking again.
And he's ahead in Mississippi by such a percentage that...
There's no question about
it's in the back.
We'll have to make it official. Meanwhile, while we wait for some more of these bulletins, which give us clear indication of trends, let's see if we can't get one of our visitors to say hello to us in our adjacent room, which you helped to make famous down in Philadelphia. Room 22 is its name. So let's look for our next appointment in room 22.
The election returns. But I see now Mr. Brownell has mounted the podium and is preparing to make an address. We'll just give you a good long look at him here before we get a signal to go ahead. Trying to coordinate all the different factions here.
These are shots at
have to
Republican
carry
convention
this
headquarters.
with us.
Republican headquarters.
Mr. Brownell is pointing. There we go. Mr.
As
Brownell.
of this moment, the Dewey-Warren ticket is assured, in my opinion, of the votes of at least 24 states with a total of 295 electoral votes.
This would have been approximately midnight of
That
that
is
memorable night.
29 electoral votes more than is required to win. The states I'm claiming are Connecticut, Delaware, Illinois, Indiana, Maine, Maryland, New Hampshire, Ohio, South Dakota, Vermont, Colorado, Iowa, Kansas, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Montana, Nevada, New Jersey, New York, North Dakota, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. In several other states, several other states, including Kentucky, West Virginia, New Mexico, and Missouri, early scattered returns indicate a strong prospect that the Republican ticket will be victorious. In other states outside the South, returns thus far are so fragmentary as to make it impossible to form a definite conclusion. In a few far western states, of course, the polls have not yet closed, but reports from party organization leaders in those areas indicate a record-breaking Republican vote is being turned out. And I'm confident that these reports will be borne out.
Watching the huge screen, that 10 by 15-foot screen, as the election returns come in.
That's out on the RCA Plaza in front of the RCA building.
This crowd, you have plenty of time to come down because we're going to be right along here just as long as the race continues until one of the major parties.
New president.
Oh. Well, this was another kind of political development of the fall of 1948. Howdy Doody's national convention when Howdy was voted kids president of the United States. And there is the scene in the crowded campaign quarters as the youngster's candidate makes his entrance. Ah, there he is, the delight of every juvenile voter.
How do you feel? Oh, isn't that wonderful? Oh,
That's when Howdy defeated, you remember, Mr. X by about 238 votes and 6 lollipops.
oh, dear, howdy.
These are all films taken of television screens. In other words, the recently perfected process of kinescope recording. By means of which anything covered by the television cameras can be made permanent on this, as you see, film which reproduces almost perfectly the television eye.
Congratulations, little fella. You've got over 11 million votes. And do you realize that the only reason, kids, you know, the only reason that Howdy was elected president was because you have been so very, very good, and you sent in all those wonderful votes for Howdy Doody. So, Clarabelle, come over here. Don't you think that we ought to make Howdy Doody give some kind of an acceptance speech? Kids, would you like to hear Howdy make some kind of a... Oh, wait a minute, you... Yes, he's on the doohickey, Howdy Doody. Let me see here. It says, well, let's tear it off here. There we are. Now we can turn the doohickey off. There. You see what this says? To Howdy Doody, congratulations to our president from Hefflesniffer Boogleguts. Oh, isn't that nice of Hefflesniffer? Howdy, did you have any idea he was going to send this? Oh, no, but he's my wonderful pal. Well, Mr. Smith, I think I ought to make some kind of an acceptance speech if I've got the strength to do it. Well, now, we want to hear from you. Our next president, come on, not our next president, our new president. The first president of the kids of the United States. Come on, Howdy, I'm going to hold you up here. Attaboy. Now, come on, you tell us what you'd like to say. Go right ahead, Howdy Doody. Well, friends at home, friends here in my circus, members of the Peanut Gallery, and Mr. Smith. My head and my heart are so filled with joy that, well, it's difficult for me to speak. First, thanks to each and every one of you kids for voting for me and making me your president. You are the ones who did it. And second, I promise you, as I accept the title of president of all the kids in the United States, that I will do everything I can do to keep you smiling and laughing in a clean, healthy way. And that I will offer you suggestions for your pleasure and for your health. And that I will always make Howdy Doody a circus of fun for everyone. And third, I want to congratulate my opponent, Mr. X, for putting up such a hard fight to the very end of the campaign. Boy, Mr. X never gave up, and I admire his courage. And once again, to all of you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
The kid's idol, Howdy Doody, made immortal by television recording, kinescope recording, and we're going to show you another bit of film which will give you something of the range of events that can be covered on television in the tremendous expansion that's happened in 10 years. Pictures of the U.S. Navy's planes taking off from the aircraft carrier Lady some 40 miles out to sea
In August of 1948, the films, or rather the pictures sent by television to our receivers here in New York, opening incredibly staggering possibilities for uses of this new communication method. These are pictures of the planes taking off from the windswept deck of the Lady, the aircraft carrier, and sent skipping through the air by the magic of television to homes throughout the land. Throughout the land, we say, in the constantly expanding television network, which now links most of the East and the Midwest and will shortly be opened further west until the link from coast to coast is completed. Another aircraft, another Navy fighter, tucking its landing gear and off on its mission, brought to the homes of American viewers of television.
There's a plane going down the elevator at midship on the side deck, in trouble, going to take it down to the hangar deck. Allow the other planes to go by that are all right. Now they're clearing forward. They take off forward. They land from stern.
The next command now will be...
Pilots, the engines will be started in just a few minutes.
And one by one they go off. The first few will be done by catapult from forward, and the rest will take off just on the runway.
Yes, that's right.
Second shot, propeller clearances, and all loose gear about the deck.
The air officer is giving instructions now to stand by to start the engines.
Then we're going to have a bit of noise, I fear.
Yes, it gets pretty noisy up here when the airplanes are all turning up.
Then the ship will maneuver right into the wind to pick up speed.
Yes, that's right. We'll swing right around into the planes will take off.
Stand by to start engines. I heard that. That's right.
Execute 280 Corbin, 280 turn. Execute 280 Corbin, 280 turn. Start engine. Execute speed 3. Execute speed 3. Two blasts on the whistle. All right, that's standard.
Martha, isn't it exciting to see those pictures of those planes?
Just wonderful.
Another NBC television exclusive, and right now it's exclusively my pleasure to introduce Martha Wright, who is one of the bright stars of the Lanny Ross show on, let's see, Thursday nights, isn't it?
Thursday night at 8:30.
On NBC television. For
NBC
the Swift
television.
people.
For the Swift people.
Well, Martha,
Right.
you're the little girl who leaped into prominence, or is it leapt, by stepping in as understudy in a singing role in...
Yes, I had the understudy and music in my heart when all of a sudden the prima donna left,
Yes.
and I had to go on without rehearsals.
And did
That was in-
magnificently.
That was in Philadelphia then.
Well, you don't remember all the way back to these things 10 years ago
yeah.
when we were doing this stuff. But now in the, well, what is it, 6-8 months that you've been gracing the NBC tele-air lanes,
Yes.
you've been doing very nicely.
Oh, I've
Why
been
don't you
enjoying
sing?
it.
Would you sing for us right now?
All right.
What'll it be?
I love you. If a love song I could only write, a song with words and music divine, I would serenade you every night till you'd relent and consent to be mine. But alas, just an amateur am I, and so I'll not be surprised, my dear, if you smile and politely pass it by.
Arthur.
Thank you.
I think an awful lot of it belongs to you. I thank you. NBC Television, thank. I think Cole Porter thanks. Say, what's this going on over here?
Say.
I'm going to visit some of my friends on this.
Looks very interesting to me.
All right, let's take a little look at this 10th anniversary show that's having a little... But just a moment.
Ben, how you doing?
The Three Flames. Yes, 1, 2, 3. Hey, boys, now, wait a minute. Your features of the NBC television networks in the afternoon, right?
That's right.
Well, I know it's a little beyond your hours, boys. Here it is. It's time.
We got a half-hour show at 10 o'clock tonight.
You have?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Rush right out.
All right, well, don't rush before this. Tiger? No, here's Tiger.
Yeah, that's me.
Billy?
Yeah.
Roy?
What's up?
You feel like it?
If you insist, I can't resist, man.
Has it got a name?
No.
Little Red Wagon.
Oh, yes, it has. What am I saying? Oh, something like that.
On two?
On two.
On two.
I'm on two. Stop it, Molly. Ain't on two, I'm with you. Roll on, Roy. I love me. What is he doing? Please, my nerves. He needs some help. Please, don't let the camera one. Let's have fun. Yeah. Mush you, Husky. Did you ever? Hello! That's the deal. Yeah. Where you going? Call me back to old Steinway. Right over here. Excuse me. Bam, bam. Yeah. It's not Berkeley, huh? Not Quarterway. Up Broadway. The hard way.
We've got all of the activity going on here in Studio 3H. It's been an exciting, action-filled 10 years, as you can see. We know that the next 10 years open tremendous horizons that we hope you will share with us on NBC television as we celebrate this 10th anniversary of the beginning of our first regularly scheduled program. Ben Grauer bidding you all good night.